TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You did a program also with Shane Douglas here with Franklin. What did you think of it?
Shane's a great guy. Obviously, me and Shane have had our problems where we've almost come to blows a couple of times because the franchise or the French fries is in character a little bit too much for me sometimes. You know what I mean? But we got past that, and I think he's got an incredible promo for one. He can work his ass off for two. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye on the aesthetics of things, but I had no problem working with Shane anymore. You know what I mean? I think he's a great guy.
Now, for the people that have never seen our other interviews that we did with you, you and Shane got into an altercation. I think it was up in Scranton or something like that.
Scranton.
Do you want to tell a story real quick? Or?
Yeah, I was hurt. Something was hurting me. It was my back, or I might have broken ribs or something like that. And we had like a big 6-man match going or something like that. So we wanted to get rid of me real early in the match. So I told everybody. We all got in a circle, and I was telling everybody what was going on. And I said, listen, we're going to get in the ring. And so I think Candido or something was going to spike me in the eye or something like that. And I said, I'm going to drop my cane. I said, please, nobody pick up my damn cane so I can grab the thing and get the hell out of the ring. So I'm laying there. They're sticking the boots to me. I see Shane pick the cane up, look at it, and throw it down. Which I know, the reason that he did it was exactly because I asked not to do it. You know what I mean? So that kind of pissed me off. So we went back. Scranton was a real long hallway, and he was sitting back with Terry Funk, sitting next to Terry Funk. I told Todd Gordon and Fonzie that I was going to do it before. And I mean, I was pissed, but I mean, this wrestling, who really cares? So I went in. I said, Shane, don't you? I yelled at him in front of Terry Funk, so that kind of made him pissed. I guess it was unprofessional on my part, but I was drunk and I didn't care. so then I went in, yelled at him, walked out. I walked out maybe 30 yards down. It was like a real long gymnasium, and we're in the back of the locker room, so it's just as long as the gymnasium is. Maybe 150 feet, and I'm on the locker room on one end, he's on the locker room on the other, so I walk by, and I'm talking to Todd. I said, tell me when Shane goes out the door. He's like, here he comes. So Shane didn't get within 10 feet of me, and Fonzie jumped him. Fonzie jumped over a couple people, tried to forearm him and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But, and then shit right then, and then I backed myself into one of the other locker rooms right off the hallway right there. I said, Shane, if you really want it, come on in here. And Francine was holding him back. So, but I'm not no real tough guy, you know what I mean? But just sometimes you get pissed off, you know, and shit happens. But I really respect Shane.
What guy? Now, back to Shane Douglas. Do you think he'll be remembered as a guy who never got his break, or do you think he'll be remembered as a guy who was always bitter?
Well, he's not dead yet, so we don't know. We can't say that he's never got his break. I mean, he had the Dean Douglas thing. He did the thing with the skateboards. I'm not really saying that was a break or not, but if that was a big break or not. But I do respect Shane in the fact that I mean, it might sound real childish, but if you don't like the way the game's going, you take your ball and go home. And Shane never had a problem telling people exactly how he thought. I mean, he can't. I know he can't be a worker like everybody else in the business, but if Shane didn't like it, pretty much he was taking his ball and going home. And I have a feeling that's what he did. He sealed his own fate. I mean, how many guys have you seen go around with shit gimmicks, and then all of a sudden, a couple years later, if you stay there long enough, they might find something for you, you know what I mean? But Shane, if he didn't like the way he was going, he was taking his ball and going home. I think if he hung out for a couple more years, he could have got something.
What are your thoughts on Sonny and Chris Candido?
Love him. I didn't really get along with. I didn't really not that I didn't get along with them. I didn't really talk to them much all the time they were in ECW because they were in Shane's clique. And then once we got together without Shane out of the clique, they've spent days at my house. You know what I mean? Love them both.
I don't know if you're aware, but now Chris has got his act together again, and he was just down in Ohio Valley Wrestling, stuff like that. And he's
oh, he was?
Yeah.
He's going to be here tonight,
he's
isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'll be glad to see him.
He's got his working boots back on, too, so he's a whole different Chris.
That's great. Good. Straighten up. That might help him. I don't know. We'll see tonight how I can work straight. Who knows? I haven't done it in so long.
What are your thoughts on the Philly Wars? Now, this is like maybe 2002. It was Ring of Honor just started out in February, and then...
I don't know. I do know that in prison, all the guys were watching on Channel 48, and then all of a sudden it turned to like a gospel network or something like that. You know what I mean? And that was pretty much... I hadn't even seen the Thursday that SmackDown show for years until I went into prison because you could watch it on like UPN or something like that. But pretty much, I didn't know there was any wars going on.
Who in wrestling world, if you had a chance to slap in the face, who would you want to slap in the face?
Anyone. there's just too many. I'm not a real hater, you know what I mean? I learned a long time ago in life that you can't waste waste energy on a negative thing when you can waste it when you can use it on a positive.
Now, actually, everybody's been running the ECW Arena, 3PW, CZW, XPW was there. Other companies are trying to get into. Do you feel the ECW Arena has been hoarded out by all these promotions running it?
I don't know if you could say hoard out, but you got to understand people are promoters, and if they can pull a crowd in that ECW Arena, that's exactly what they're going to do. I mean, it's a free market system here in the United States, so you do whatever you can do. Now, saying hoard out or not, I don't know what can be hoard out. You know what I mean? Anybody's allowed to use any building they want.
I mean, if you were starting a new company, would that be one of the venues you would want?
Now, if I was starting a new company, my new company would start in Texas or in Florida.
We talked a little bit about being on the road, and you learn a lot on the road. As far as being on the road, what are some of your fondest memories about being on the road?
Playing a camaraderie with the boys, you know what I mean. I always loved being with the boys. Like one of the reasons why I'm separated from my wife now is I always like to be with my boys more than I like to be with her. I always like to be with my sons more than I like to be with her. You know what I mean? Just being with the boys and like great memories of Tommy Rich, Little Guido. Tracy Smothers, Tracy Smothers used to play this game. Everybody was standing around. If you had an odd amount of guys, you would drop $1 bill on a bet. If two of them turned up heads, one of them turned up tails. Whoever got the tails took the money. You know what I mean? Just hanging out and bullshitting and talking wrestling, learning from guys like Tommy Rich, Tracy Smothers, Tommy Rogers, guys like that. You know what I mean? It's just that those are all the good times.
What is something that you will always remember in your ECW career?
Having fun, just having fun constantly. We always had fun. There was no political problems. You know what I mean? You didn't have to worry about people stabbing you in the back, and just everybody was really pulling for the good of the company. You know what I mean? Not guys so worried about this and that. It's just guys worried about how can we get this product over the best way.
Title Match Network, your source for everything pro wrestling, with exclusive live pay-per-views featuring top talent from around the world.
Oh, I like that one.
Details direct from the source with deep diving shoot interviews and podcasts.
I love it. I love being a part of Title Match Network.
Get extreme with exclusive death matches.
I threw the door!
And of course, the best selection in women's wrestling available.
Oh! What's gonna happen?
With thousands of clips featured on Title Match Network's YouTube channel with over 2.3 million subscribers.
Oh!
All at the tips of your fingers. Every style available 24/7 on demand. Visit TitleMatchNetwork.com to sign up today and start watching instantly.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.
TitleMatchNetwork.com